thanks for coming tonight. My name is Elle. I'm a producer at Spitalfields, so I look after the Spitalfields Music Festival, but I also look after the Open Call scheme, which is what you're all here tonight to find out more about. This is going to be a workshop. It's going to be having flying ideas around. It's not part of the application process. Oh. And you're here. It's not part of the application process. It's more of a chance for you just to think about themes that we're looking at, find out more about Open Call, find out more about Spitalfields Music and Rich Mix, if you don't know anything about us already. And then basically we're going to be brainstorming and working in groups, and it's going to be quite formal, so don't worry about it. So, for those who don't know, I should also introduce you as well to Sarah G, who's Spitalfields Music Chief Exec, B. Hankey there, who's the Director of Learning Participation, and then also Martha here works for Rich Mix. So Spitalfields Music's been running for 44 years now, set up in 1976. Putting music at the heart of East London. We're based in Tower Hamlets and we do a lot of work in and around the surrounding areas. Built a nationwide reputation for high quality performances. They're always driven by work in the community. Kind of our work is based around 3 themes, I guess. Platform, about creating unforgettable live music and reimagining what classical music can mean for artists and audiences. Create, where we place artists at the heart of our work and committed to nurturing boldest and most insightful work, and this is where you guys come in. And then learn, about everybody having the opportunity to experience inspiring music and develop their own creativity. And our award-winning learning participation department is kind of work. It's not a department because it's part of the whole work we do. It's all part of that. I don't know if Martha wants to talk a little bit about Rich Mix.
Yeah. So who has been to Rich Mix before? Okay, cool. So welcome back, those that have been here before, welcome to those that haven't. So Rich Mix is a multidisciplinary art centre. We do a little bit of everything. We have a music venue, a theatre, we've got this space which kind of does spoken word, book launches, a bit of everything as well, and we've got a gallery on the mezzanine as well. Do nip down and have a look. We're very much rooted in East London. It's what we're interested in when we programme. What that means is we do champion East London artists, but also we champion artists that reflect what East London is. So we all know there's a lot of change in the area. This is why the theme of this year's Open Call is so fantastic, because it really kind of speaks to that theme of transformation, regeneration, gentrification, all of the things that we're interested in. Our key thing as well is definitely accessibility. So anything that we programme or are interested in, it has to be accessible to everyone. Take that however you see fit. We've been around for about 15 years as an art centre, and I was just saying to Alicia earlier, we're going through a bit of a journey ourselves with a bit of change. So in the next year that you'll be working towards the project, or some of you will be working towards a project, you're kind of part of our journey, which is really exciting, which is again why the theme works really nicely. So it's all tied in a nice little bow.
So the reason we kind of chose the theme as well is it links into the Summer Festival this year. We have the brochures for that, unfortunately, are still being created and won't come out until February, but we've got brochures of the previous festivals from 2018. Evelyn Wallen is here, she's going to be talking in a bit, but Evelyn is one of our curators. We have 3 curators for the festival, and the theme of the festival this year is all about transformation and metamorphosis, and we thought that would be a really good way of linking into Open Call, and I think there's a lot that you can get out of that and kind of think about and tease apart, and it could be interpreted in all kinds of different ways. So why are we doing Open Call? It's really important for us in terms of artist development, in terms of helping artists develop themselves, thinking outside the box, stretching themselves. But the whole point about Open Call is it's presenting works in progress. So we're not just saying, okay, we want you to come up with an idea, here's some money, we want it, commission, bang. It's all about helping support you as artists throughout the whole process, So getting time with me as Spitalfields music producer to help support your idea, sessions with artistic mentors, development fee for your time, a project and production budget as well to help you realise it, group sessions with other open call artists, and then obviously a platform in June later this year here at Rich Mix to present your ideas as a work in progress. Quite often these works in progress have been quite fully formed, which is great as well, but we're there to help support you as your work in progress and to help kind of guide you alongside that. It's just a really important thing, we think, kind of have a laboratory style commission, and just to kind of really challenge how you write music, how you create music, kind of really push yourself, work in new ways, and provoke dialogue with the audience. And kind of the whole thing about audience and community is very important to us, and accessibility. But when we talk about accessibility, we're not just talking about disabled toilets. We're talking about how we can really reach the widest audience. How do we talk to the audience? So we'll be exploring that a little bit more this evening. So I'm just going to run through the format of what this workshop will be. We're not expecting people to have to share their ideas if they don't want to. So if you've come with a fully formed idea and you're like, well, I'm keeping this to myself, or you have an idea but you think it's ridiculous and you don't want to talk about it to anybody else, that's fine. you can be as open or as closed as you want. So we're here to spark discussion and creative ideas around the themes. There are lots of different interpretations of the themes, and that's kind of what we want to tease out tonight, and maybe make you think about it in a way that you might not have done already. And it's not part of the application. No one here will be judged on anything that's been said. We can say it's Chatham House rules, which basically means anything that's said in here can stay in here, so don't worry about that. Well, we can't because it's on video, but in terms of when you're working in the groups, whatever you say can stay here. When it's presented to the rest of everybody else, that's when it'll be captured on the video, so people who weren't able to be at the workshop can then kind of just see and experience it. And just acknowledge and celebrate the various different musical genres and approaches to music and their interests. And it's also your opportunity to share your approaches and how you create music, how you make music, because I think that's a really interesting thing, and it's also how that can then how that relates to society and the wider society. And we are based in East London, but that's not to say it has to be about East London. That we're looking. I know there's quite a few of you from around the country, and that's great that we're not just being London-centric. And then we're going to be having, before we get set into groups, we're going to be having a couple of talks from two artists. So the first one is Alicia. Alicia Jane Turner. She actually was one of our open call musicians, creators, performers, producers, whatever you want to call yourself, last year. So she's just here to talk about how she found open call, what advice she gives to successful applicants, but actually also about considering, just thinking about local audiences and how she came up with the concept really, and how she created and went about it. Then we'll also hear from Erilyn, one of our curators, but also now commander of the... Erilyn got a CBE in the New Year's Honours, so wow. Congratulations. But Erilyn is a composer and singer, but she's also one of the curators for this year, and so she's going to be talking through her creative process of a composer and her approaches to creating new work as well. So we thought it'd be interesting to hear from both of those. And then we're going to break out into two groups and just kind of tease out a little bit more about transformation, metamorphosis, what ways you can interpret the theme, what can it mean more widely, just kind of have a chance to kind of really, really think about it. So yeah, I'm going to hand over to Alicia first.